I bought a new helmet and I hate it. This is my Shoei X Spirit, a helmet that I've now owned for 4 years now. In fact, this was actually my first ever helmet that I ever got when I first got my motorcycle. But unfortunately, it is time to retire this helmet. For all of the OGs that have been with me from the start, pretty sure you know how iconic this helmet is to me. I mean, this is the helmet that kind of started it all. Now, the main reason why I did get a new helmet wasn't because I hated Shoei. It was in fact that this is simply just old, and it being 4 years old now, it's gonna come with its wear and tears. Now, I'm gonna cut to the chase. What helmet did I actually get? I'll be real with you guys. I've had this helmet sitting here for a while now. I haven't felt the need to use it mainly because I've recently bought a Supermoto, and because I have a Supermoto, there's really no need to use a sport bike helmet. I use this instead now for my moto vlogs. Now, obviously I don't have the helmet here, so I gotta go fetch it. I'll be right back. Okay, where are you? Okay, what do we got? Nope, definitely not you. Nope. Is it this one? Nope. Not that one. That one. Here it is. This is my all new AGV. What AGV? Hold on. Interesting. Damn, this thing is tight. You really gotta work this thing. God damn. Bro, this helmet cover, fucking does not have any reason to be this freaking tight, man. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you my all new AGV PISTA. Now, I won't lie, this helmet was definitely not in the cards for me to get this year. I definitely had other choices to get, not a Rock. So why did I actually get the famous motorcycle influencer helmet? Well, I've always loved the look of the AGV PISTA, even before, guys, even before all these new Instagram riders took over this helmet. I honestly think the AGV PISTA is probably the best looking helmet out there. I mean, this is me comparing it to the Shoei, Arai, HJC, Rafa even Nolan. I mean, seriously, I actually genuinely think this is the sexiest helmet out on the market. I've always wanted one of these, but back then I did not have the money to buy one of these. I did get this with a tinted visor because I thought the clear one was pretty ugly. I mean, you can't find a single angle on this helmet that looks fucking ugly. But other than that, I hate everything else about this helmet. FYI, I knew what I was getting myself into purchasing one of these. I'm not a moron. I know this is a very track or race specific helmet. Now, I won't lie, I've already taken this out when I first bought this, and within the first 10 minutes of my riding experience with this helmet, I could probably tell you that my Shoei of 4 years probably has still better wind dampening than this brand new AGV PISTA. I would definitely recommend wearing earplugs with this helmet. I don't understand how a lot of people out there comfortably ride without earplugs in this helmet. Now, in saying that, like I said, this is a very track and race specific helmet. AGV made this helmet for those purposes. They wanted a sharp, slick, light helmet for the purpose of racing and tracking. So this isn't really the best road helmet, okay? Another thing that I don't like about this helmet is the fact that the AGV PISTA doesn't have adjustable vents. Now, comparing to my Shoei X Spirit, it actually does have adjustable vents, which you can just flick up and down at the top and at the bottom. Now with the PISTA, you better be double checking the weather, because if you go out for a ride, you better hope you don't forget these plugs that AGV actually give you. Now these plugs are obviously to plug up the vents in case it does rain, but if you ever do forget these, you're gonna be having a shitty ride back home. And I can imagine how easy these would be to lose, considering they are pretty small, especially this little bugger right here that goes in the middle at the top. On to the next thing. The field of view on this helmet is a lot smaller than the Shoei, making it a lot harder to see out of the actual visor in comparison to the Shoei. Now, I've spoken to a lot of guys that have actually owned this helmet, and they've all told me the same thing. It's just something to get used to. Well, It's not. The last thing I need being Asian already is for something to be harder to see out of. Listen, all I'm saying is if you ever get the opportunity to try both of these on, you realize how significantly more you can see out of the Shui and the AGV. By the way, I'm using the Shui as a comparison here because it was my old helmet. Sure, there's a lot of other helmets you can compare this to, but we're just comparing it to the Shui for now because Shui is king at the end of the day. Finally, my last and final point about this helmet. This helmet is not comfortable for my head shape at all. Now, this being an Italian brand, I'd imagine that most of its customer base would be people from Europe, right? And you guys know Europeans have different head shapes to my head, Asian people head. I guess comfortability with this helmet is kind of like a personal thing because everyone's got different head shapes at the end of the day. I'm just saying this is pretty uncomfortable for my head. Anyways, guys, I guess this is my new helmet. I'm not gonna sit here all day and talk shit about this helmet. Like, I think you guys can understand where I'm coming from with this helmet. I mean, for its price tag, you're paying a lot for what you get. But keep in mind, it's a race helmet. It's not meant for the road, okay? Sorry, it's ideally not meant for the road. As much as I hate everything else about this helmet, I'm a slut for its looks. I can't lie, man. The look of this helmet is just making me ignore everything else I hate about this helmet. I mean, fuck. Look how sharp and slick it looks. You're not getting another helmet that looks like this. I mean, I won't lie, the KYTs do look pretty similar to this. And for half of its price tag, you're actually gonna get more with the K. Well, I'm not gonna get into that. But yes, this is my all new helmet, guys. Now, it wouldn't be my helmet if it didn't come with a motor mount. I've had this motor mount, as you guys can see, on my Shui for 4 years now. Not once did it come off. I probably shouldn't be telling you guys this, but I crashed in this helmet. This thing stayed on really well, never came off once. I know I probably should have replaced this helmet when I crashed, but at the time I just had such a strong sexual relationship with this helmet. This PISTA would not be complete without a motor mount. I wouldn't sell you guys anything that's bullshit, so if you guys do want to use this, use my code INARI to save yourself a bit of money at the checkout. Now, with your motor mount order, you're gonna get an alcohol wipe, which you'll definitely want to use, your screws, and then of course, you have your motor mount itself. Now, here's exactly how I do it and how I remember doing it on the Shui. So you can watch along and learn if you'd like, or if you have your own method, please feel free to do that. Now, before you do wipe down anything, figure out where you do want to place your motor mount first. In this case, I want to be placing it towards the bottom here of the helmet. I'm going to give the bottom of the helmet a really good wipe here. Now, while we let this dry, with the actual motor mount, you're going to want something that will heat up the little adhesive bit at the back. This will just help the motor mount actually attach and stick onto your helmet a lot better. Feel free to use a hairdryer. In this case, I do have a hairdryer. It's actually a little Dyson hairdryer. I'm gonna go ahead and heat this up. You don't wanna melt it, you just wanna heat it up. And then once it's heated up, I'm actually gonna remove the 3M tape, as you guys can see, and we're gonna stick it on. Now, I'm gonna do a really cool ASMR, so make sure you guys have your earphones in. I think that's enough. I'm gonna pull this off. Now, as soon as you pull this off, guys, this needs to go in the helmet straight away. You don't want to get any dust particles on the actual sticky side. Line it up perfectly. Once it's all lined up, guys, in this case, mine is, I'm going to press up against the motor mount and the helmet, put some pressure in between that, so that sticky residue really sticks on the helmet. Well, that is the motor mount now installed onto my helmet. But other than that, guys, this is my new helmet. Am I happy with this purchase? At the end of the day, yes, I am. I've always wanted this helmet, regardless of the amount of bashing I did with this helmet. The looks kind of sold me more. And I know that's something you really shouldn't look at, but because AGV has a really good reputation and this model alone from AGV is extremely safe, I was happy to let the looks sell me. I knew what I was getting myself into when I was purchasing this helmet. I already looked up a lot of reviews prior to purchasing this helmet. I knew what I was getting myself into. Is it the most practical helmet to be used on the road? No. At the end of the day, it's my money. I love the look of the AGV PISTA. It's official. This Shui helmet has now retired. The only thing I got left to do is take out the Cardo and swap it over to here. But if you guys know PISTAs, they don't actually come with little incisions for the headphones. You gotta kind of DIY. But other than that, guys, this brings us to the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and learnt something. We do have all the parts coming for this bike, guys. I am so stoked to build this thing up. This is actually the first ever bike I'm building up. We've got a whole series coming in for the whole build on this bike. I have a lot of plans for it, but yes, we got a new helmet, guys. The all new AGV PISTA. Other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Ciao, ciao.